Welcome back. In this video, we will discuss polyatomic ions, where a group of atoms, typically between 2 and 5, have a combined charge. We do expect you to know the names and formulas, including the charge, of 20 common polyatomic ions. Let's go ahead and start with the only two polyatomic cations on our list. They are the hydronium ion, H3O+, and the ammonium ion, NH4+. Of all of our common polyatomic anions, only one does not have even a single oxygen atom, and that's cyanide, Cn-. We also have hydroxide, OH-, oxalate, C2O4, 2-, and carbonate, CO3, 2-. Our next group include nitrate, NO3-, sulfate, SO4, 2-, and phosphate, PO4, 3-. Notice that these polyatomic ions with multiple oxygens all have the endings with ATE, 8. There are a few more polyatomic ions that are similar to these, such as NO2-, SO3, 2-, and PO3, 3-. They have the same charge but one fewer oxygen. These are known as the ite ions, ending in ITE, nitrite, sulfite, and phosphite. Now chlorine also has an 8 ion, ClO3-, chlorate, and an ite ion, ClO2-, chlorite. However, you can actually remove another oxygen from chlorite, giving us ClO-, and this is called hypochlorite because hypo is the Greek prefix meaning below or less than. You can actually go the other way to chlorate, adding a fourth oxygen, ClO4-. Notice these all have the same charge, and in this case we call it perchlorate. In this case the prefix per coming from Greek for hyper, meaning above or greater than. You should also know that there are identical polyatomic ion sets for bromine and for iodine, for all four of these. So if I have BrO-, it would be called hypobromite, and if I had IO4-, I would call that periodate. Now there are just 4 ions left. We're going to go ahead and start with MnO4-, and this is called permanganate. Then we have CrO4, 2-, called chromate, and if we put 2 chromium atoms in the same polyatomic ion, Cr2O7, 2-, is dichromate. Our last common polyatomic ion is acetate. Now acetate has the chemical formula C2H3O2-. However, many chemists and many textbooks will write the structural formula for acetate instead. This is written CH3COO-. Notice I still have 2 carbons, 3 hydrogens, and 2 oxygens, and a 1- charge. You will actually see this written a third way occasionally as CH3CO2-. Now all 3 of these ions are just different ways of writing the same thing, acetate. However, you're going to see all 3 of them this semester And you need to remember that just because it's written differently, the ion itself isn't changing. Now these ions are all in our associated workbook, and I highly recommend that you make flashcards or something else in order to memorize these polyatomic ions. There are 20 of them, and the 20 listed in this video and in your workbook will be used extensively in both this course and any future courses you have.